Why did the first son change his mind? And why did the second son lie? Well, in the story, as the father addresses his first son, he names him by name. He names him, son. Son, go out and work in the vineyard. And the son said, I will not. How is it that he's able to change his mind? Because think about this. Think about this in relation to your life. How many times in your life have you ever known the right thing to do and then decided that you were going to go ahead and not do that thing? Man, if I could count the number of times, right? All of us. Doing the right thing is hard. Knowing the right thing is usually not as difficult as doing the right thing. My sense to you is this. What caused the first son to change his mind and to do the right thing is probably not necessarily because he wanted to. He told his father he wouldn't. But because in reconsidering the conversation with his father, he stopped at the first word and was shattered by the first word. Son. My sense is that the reason that he changed his mind to do the right thing was because he considered first not the order, but he considered first the identity. He considered first not the command, not the job. He considered first the relationship. And because he became convinced about the relationship, about his core identity, what was to be done then became able to be done in a way that it wasn't able to be done before. And this is exactly why the second son lied to his father, because his father gave him the same order. Son, go out today and work in the vineyard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then he didn't go. He didn't respond, yes, father. Yes, Dad. It was yes, sir. Now, of course, we know, right, that sir, right, in our own day, right, can be something that we call our father, or yes, ma'am, right? Sometimes the way that we respond to our mother. But you don't ultimately relate to your mom or to your dad as ma'am and sir. We relate to our mom and dad as mom and dad. Mom and dad. My mom and dad don't call me Father Brian. My mom and dad call me Brian, because I'm still their son. The second son was not aware of who he was in relationship to his father. And if you're not aware of who you are in relationship to the true identity, the true relationship, sooner or later, you're not going to find yourself able to do the commands, right? To do what needs to be done. Because personal motivation only goes so far. We all know it, because we all know how difficult it is to do the thing even though we know the right thing. And how many umpteen times have each of us fallen in that way. And I still, man, every day I get to the end of the day and I'm like, we all think of something and we're like, oh man, yeah, still struggling, Lord. But this is the key. This is the key to Christian moral living. And this is exactly why tax collectors and prostitutes were entering the kingdom of heaven, because John came before them in the way of righteousness. And what did that first mean? That John exhibited in himself his identity, even before his preaching. It was clear by looking at John who John thought he was. And the magic, we'll say, of his preaching was that he was able to open up, even to the public sinners, the truth of their identity. And when even the public sinners became convinced of the truth of their identity, they no longer lived by their false identity as a tax collector, as a prostitute. They were actually able to change their mind and do something different, because they knew themselves to be someone different.